Hello everyone and welcome back to Hemel-Down Model Railway. So today's video is all an update on the baseboards so far. So since the live stream I've had a couple more days up here to be able to do a few more things. And what I'll do as this part of the video is I'll just walk you around and show you what I've done so far. Now you'll probably see that behind me you can see a lot more now. That's because I brought two quite powerful LED lights that are shining down this end of the layout, and then what I'm going to do is in front of me there, it's slightly darker where I've put the two lights up on the rafters, is you just have that as like a low level lamp lighting on that section. It's still light enough that you can see bits, but just to add a little bit more sort of lighting on there, I will use one of those lights that I used previously. So what have I been up to? And I'll show you a couple of little clips of what I have been up to. So thanks to Jason at Barnabas Junction for the comment on the wiring solutions for drilling those holes through. I got the 10mm drill bit and I've drilled down all of the boards so far with 3 holes for the wiring. I've got to add in a couple more supports, so each board I'm going to add another 2 supports in. I think it was Stuart from St Mary's Church suggested that to avoid any warping in the future, to add in excuse me, a little bit more supports in between the one brace that I did. So I've got more sections pre-cut, and those will be drilled in, and then I'll be able to then fix down the baseboards ready for painting. I'm about 80% through with sanding all the tops down and the legs so that the baseboards are fitting nice and flat. I've also added in 2 legs in front of the camera, and also, if you see behind me, I've added in the 2 legs there as well, just to support that in the middle. I have also measured up these corners, and I'll just go and grab it. But what I'm going to do is, with the offcuts from the boards, I'm going to cut these into triangles, and then I'm going to use those to go in those corners there, and then brace that, and then have a leg underneath as well, just to give, I mean, I didn't need so much. I only probably needed sort of a small little section in the corner, but I thought if I open it up a lot bigger, I've got room to put a few little sort of scenic bits on here as well. So I'm going to add those into the corner. So that's another job that I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days. Now, with leveling the boards and stuff, what I've decided to do was just temporarily put down a little bit of track as well. I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I was absolutely itching to just have a small running session. So I will be wrapping this video up with a little bit of a running session. I'm going to have my class 52 running around, and then also I'm just going to add in the Royal Scot as well, just so I've got a mixture of, you know, some diesel and a little bit of steam. They'll just be pulling set 3 BR Mark 1 coaches, LMS parcels van, and 3 Siphon G vans, wagons, sorry. Just those ones that were out of the box and stuff. I'm not going to be digging out everything. I just wanted to kind of see how level the boards were, and see what the excuse me, a bit of a cough, just to see what the power was going through the tracks and stuff, with how I have it now without adding any bus wires and stuff. I just wanted to see if there was any points where it would struggle. This is not going to be the final fix of where the track's going to be, because obviously it will move inwards a little bit because of when adding those corners in. I will then be putting the track closer on this side, so then I can add more loops going outwards, if that makes any sense to you. I'll explain it a little bit better in the rest of the video. So yeah, let's crack on with the next part of the video. I hope you do enjoy it. Just very quickly, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that joined on the live stream on Saturday. It was really good, some great feedback, and you know, everybody was interacting and sharing their channels and stuff. I put a poll out for if I should do a live stream every other Saturday. It seems to be going quite well so far. I think I've got about 25 votes, and it's over 90% of people saying that yes, I should do it. So I'll let that run until the weekend. So if you haven't had a chance to have a look at that or voted yet, then please do so. And a massive thank you to everybody that got me over 600 subscribers. I think I'm on 601. So during the live stream I managed to gain 4 subscribers. So thank you to everybody that's been supporting me on this journey. There's going to be so much more to come. I've got loads of things planned. I'm busy building kits and stuff in the background when I'm not up here in the loft. So it's turning into pretty much a full-time job to get everything up and running. I'm just taking my time with these boards, taking on all of the feedback and stuff. So still got a little bit more like to do with bracing the legs once I've done the middle sections, and then it will all need painting and stuff like that. So I'm going to be back to work from Thursday onwards, pretty much back into my 6-day stint, so there'll be no progress up here. But what I will do is probably just post a little running session in between that time, just a couple of clips of maybe some different locos running around, rather than the ones that you'll see today. And then when I go back into my 4 days off and stuff, then that's where I'll be able to make big headway, and hopefully at that stage I should then be ready to just get the baseboards painted. And then my plans after getting the baseboards done will be the first fix of track laying, and then I'll be building one section at a time. So you know how I said that I'd have, you know, a landscape side on that side, and I've got a station side there. So I'm going to pick one area at a time rather than jumping in between all different parts of the layout and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a long process and stuff, and there will be certain series out for that in the future, so stay tuned for that. Right, let's stop waffling on and crack on with the rest of the video. So welcome back everybody, this is the next part of the video. So I'm just going to briefly show you some of the bits that I have done. So as I was talking about this section behind me, so I've added in the 2 legs here. I still have 2 long lengths of timbers as well, and what I'm going to be doing is just adding another leg in there and in this section as well. And then I've got to do the bracing on each of those sections there, and then I'll be adding another 2 parts of bracing onto each section of the boards that go all the way around. So what I have done is pre-cut some of those already. So these are the pre-cut sections that I've already done, and those will then go over in between, and then I can tack down on those, and then I will pre-drill the 3 holes to match the ones that I've already done already. I thought it was a really good idea from Stuart, just because I didn't want anything bowing and stuff once I've got it all level. So that's the next job, so that's going to be Wednesday daytime's job, is just to get the last of the supports in. So looking over to this section, I'm just going to move around here, but as you can see, what I have been doing is working on leveling off these baseboards here. Really nice and flat. Once they're pinned down and stuff, because it is a little bit raised. I think where you know, you buy the timbers and stuff, they're not always 100% straight. So yeah, those are pretty flat over there. I've done most of the section down that side and down into that corner as well. Another thing that I have been doing up on this section, up where Diesel lives, I had the hoover up here. I've hoovered out all of that brickwork. That took me a good 2 hours or so of hoovering that all down. The amount of soot that was on there from the old being an old chimney breast and stuff. I've then also hoovered out all of the beams and stuff that are on there, and I've also hoovered out the entire brick back there as well. So that's all, anything that was sort of like any loose mortar, cobwebs and everything, that's all been done. I still haven't done the very top of the annex of the roof. I've still got to get a ladder up here and get all that out as well. But the amount of dirt and dust and everything was, I'm going to say just under half a bin bag. I had to empty the hoover about 6 or 7 times. So that's been done as well. And I've done 90% of the rafters behind me. So that's just a work in progress, just to get the space cleaned up. As you can see, still got the hideous green carpet in here, but it's nice and soft. I'm up here in just like my slippers and stuff, so it's just a little bit of padding on the floor. I've still got a load of dirt on the floor and stuff and muck that I'll need to clear up, but I've still got some more drilling and stuff to do. So at the moment, I won't be hoovering all that stuff up. I've now moved all of my stuff from the old layout. All the boxes and stuff have now been moved over for storage underneath the tables. And what I've also got is a 3-drawer unit that I can either have put under here, so I've got 2 of them, so they would fit nicely into there, or I might have it that I will put it in the middle space here with a bit of ply over the top, and then use it as like a desk space, because as you can see, I don't want to be having the layout constantly like this, especially if I'm up here making any kits and stuff. You can see that it's starting to turn into a bit of a junk space, and yeah, I didn't really want that. So just a place that I can store some of my stuff and that. Also up here, if I can point, up here I bought a new power supply for the attic, or the loft should I say. It's one that can be fixed to that beam. It's got USB ports on it as well, surge protection. So what I've done is I've rigged up a couple of my lights. You can see the cables there that I just need to tidy up. I won't spin the camera around too much because obviously the light will get you, but you can see sort of up in this top corner up here, that's where the light is shining down. And yeah, so that just all needs tidying up and fixing to that batten and stuff. But you know, with USB chargers and stuff, I've got a little handheld track cutter that I brought. I'll just show you on here. So I brought one of these. It's just like a USB charged, just so I can, basically it's just a cheap version of a Dremel. I brought one of those just to cut all the track and stuff. So I was using the old track cutters. just grab them. So I was using, there we go, just using those, but you know, a bit like rough edges and stuff like that. So I thought like a Dremel would be a nice, nice easy straight cut on those. I've also dug out the cork. You can see those rolls over there. So that's 3mm cork. So my track will all be placed on cork. So I've dug those out ready. And once all the baseboards are down and they're all pinned down and stuff, ready for painting, as you can see at the end of this picture, there's loads of blocks of wood. I've got loads of offcuts, and once I finish doing all of the last couple of legs and stuff, I'll have enough blocks to put around and start putting in my raised section. At the moment I haven't brought the plywood to make the top of that, just with the expense and how much everything's cost to get all of this new timber and flooring and everything else. I'm just going to spread the cost a little bit before I put the raised section in, but I will build that not long after I've put in my first set of tracks. So I'll put in my first sort of running loop, and then I'll be building the raised section ready for the DCC stuff. That won't be tracked yet, because once again, that's, you know, more money that I need to buy more track. I've got enough to be able to do 2 loops from what you see up here at the moment. I've only used, I think, 2 or 3 of the new Pico stuff, flexi track. All the rest was the Hornby flexi track that I had from my old layout. So what I've done is just pop that down for now, and then I can work out with flexi track my next loop after that. So I'll have 1 loop down just for a standard running session, and then I'll be building the raised section after that. I do have some sort of timbers up in that corner over there as well, and as discussed in the live stream, I'll be cutting those about sort of 4 inches high, and then building a raised section on that, and then having a ply top to that as well. And then I'm not going to be keeping those baseboards, sorry, backboards at the back there. They were just the old ones. You can see how wrinkled they are, and a bit damaged in transport when I was moving. But I'm going to hopefully email Jeff and see if I can get some bespoke backboards made. Then that will cover a lot of this sort of brickwork and stuff like that, and then form the basis of the layout. So all in all, I'm predicting that to be probably about another month's time. Just wait for payday to come round the corner again before I think of getting any more wood. Basically what I will do is, because I brought these sheets that are on the tops here, what I'll be doing is probably buying another sheet of it and then cutting them off in 1 foot wide strips. So then each section would give me 6 1-foot pieces. So that should be enough to then go round the entire layout. So that's the progress of the layout so far. Like I say, I'm not trying to rush it or anything like that at the moment. I'm just trying to make sure that everything's done right. So I have been looking through the comments and putting into action some of those extra bits that people have spoken about. So, you know, the bracing for the legs, the extra supports. Yeah, so it's still a work in progress, but I'm really not that far off being able to get down the first kind of fix of track and stuff. So I'm hoping within a couple of weeks I should have pretty much all of the corners built in with those little triangles into the 4 corners. should have all the leg bracing done, all of the extra bracing underneath the tops, and the tops pinned down ready for painting. And then that will tie in then, like I've said before, with my 4 days off. So that should be more than achievable. So I'm gonna wrap up this video now. Thank you very much for listening to me waffle on once again. I'm gonna leave you now with a little bit of a running session. I'll do some wide angle shots and just show you the entire size of the layout, and I'll do some sort of close-up running shots of the locos as well. Like I said, it will be the Class 52. If I spin you around, so it'll be the Class 52. It's the Western Gladiator, that one. Just pulling a small rake, and as you can see, the rake there, so I've got seven on that, and that's just coming from the curve up to the straight. So when I'm looking at the station scene, and if I spin you around, that's them there before it meets the corner again. So I should have a nice sort of 10 carriage rake that should be able to fit on the straights for the station and stuff. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. The track at the moment, I did talk about it being sort of snaked and stuff like that, but because this is not a fixed down track or anything, it was literally just to see if the power was running and stuff okay. It is all just sort of straight track. I think there's a couple of little sort of bends in it and stuff where I've sort of stretched it out and stuff. You know what flexi track is like, it just kind of moves all over the place before you pin it down. So yeah, so this is not how it will look and stuff. With the running sessions, I wanted to have it sort of snake a little bit so that you could see the length of the train coming through. So yeah, this is by no means a fix, and you know, this is where the track's going to be. It's just literally put it on there just for a little bit of a running session. I just had to have some trains running just while I'm doing other bits, you know, especially while I'm doing bits in the corner there. I can actually have a train running around because I'm not moving the boards off or anything yet to put the extra bracing under there at the moment. I'll be lifting off the track in a couple of days and working underneath the baseboards again. Right, enough of me waffling on. I've said it about 3 or 4 times, me waffling on, but this is really it now. Let's cut straight to the running session. thank you everyone for joining me on my little running session and also my layout update. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing some trains finally run. It's been absolutely, lovely for me to, just have a little loop and play with some trains really. At the end of the day, no one just likes seeing it work and nothing actually running. So yeah, just for me, I just had to get that little fix of actually being able to run something. So I'm going to bring this train to a halt and get on with editing the video. That wasn't too bad. Try not to look down at the controller too much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing the Class 52 and the Royal Scot running. That's the first time that it's run since it was new. Earlier on, before I made the video, I did give it half an hour each way. But yeah, thank you for joining. Until next time, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.